This is Mike Finnerty of the Sure West Sports Show, and the following clip has been brought to you by the Sure West Sports Show, airing on SureWestSports.com.
Okay, now we're down to number 3, and it's a program we're all familiar with. It's the Grant Pacers. There he is right there. Del Paso Heights' favorite team. It's their favorite sons over there. They've been a tradition-rich program for decades. Mike Alberghini has been in the district as a coach for 40-something years, head coach for 21 years, playoffs every single season, chasing section championship number 7. They've got the makeup, the talent, the pedigree, all of that to do it.
Yeah, and when you talk about talent on that team, it starts first with Shaq Thompson, a national recruit. Of course, you got the quarterback Terry Shine, who's making a comeback again. He played last year as a junior. They're expecting big things from him as a senior. It's going to be a different team a little bit on offense. Defense. They lost a lot of big stars. But one thing you know about Grant, they're preparing for state championships all the time. They're going to get their season started with Folsom and Long Beach Poly.
And they play tough. They're physical. They don't play any trickery. They're not a spread team. They're going to run the ball. They also have a great X factor in a kicker, one of the best we've ever seen, the best that Grant's ever had. Charlie Vu, he's a 4.0 student. He kicks the ball so hard he leaves dimples in him.
Yeah, I think we were going to take him on in practice, but he didn't want none of that. No, really, watch out for Charlie Vu. There's a lot of stars in this Grant team, but he'll get that kick. He'll get those extra points when you need them in the high school game. So here's our number 3 team. Joe?
The Grant Pacers.
All right, we're here with head coach Mike Alberghini, and Mike, as we talked about with Shaq, another big year for Grant coming up. Lots of expectations, as always. Let's start first with your team, and let's talk about who's coming back. Obviously, we know about Shaq Thompson, Terry Shine, but can you tell us about some players that we should look for this year?
Well, I mean, we have a great group of people coming back, especially in our skill areas. We returned 2 senior linebackers, Sabisi Peya and Jonathan Iulu. Both were starters and played very well last year. Defensive backs, we got Isaiah Taylor and Shaq Thompson and a junior, Trayvon Henderson. They're all very athletic, good size, 6 foot or better, can run, so we're excited about that. We return 2 good senior linemen. That's the only ones we have that are seniors coming back. Charles Ferramo is 6'3", 270 pound, definitely a Pac-10 type kid, and Justin Lagai. So, our thing is we have good players returning. We're pretty good in all skill spots, pretty deep in all skill spots, but the real test will come from a young line, and we feel we've got some very good young people coming in. And then the ace in the hole is our kicker, Charlie Vu. He's in his 3rd year. Last year he scored 109 points. For 2 years he's near 200 points. I mean, he's good from 45 yards in. I mean, he's great for special kickoffs and things, getting us a good start. So we're excited about that. And Charlie's, a 4.0 student, and he's kind of what you envision as a coach, having a great kid, great student, and a person that's always for the team first.
Mike, you've been here in this district for 40-plus years. I think retirement's always floated on your mind for the last 15, 20 years. It does for a lot of coaches, but you keep coming back. What brings you back here to Del Paso every year?
Well, I think this identifies me as what I'd like to be in life. I mean, I take a lot of pride in the fact that we've been in the playoffs every year. I've been the head coach, that our kids all graduate. We have a lot of kids scattered throughout the Pac-10 and other colleges. Our graduation rate is nearly perfect, which is great for this community and for the kids in our community. But, it's just a great place to rally. They keep me young. We like challenges, and like I said, as long as I'm healthy and I enjoy being out here, I plan on being here a lot longer.
Well, they always have the Wednesday night family barbecue, so they feed you well, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't look like I've missed too many meals, so, I mean, the flavor of the good cooking will drive me back all the time.
Mike, interesting start to your season. You have Folsom and Long Beach Poly as 2 of those teams. About as good as it gets. 2 very good teams. Kind of talk about those games heading into the start of the season.
Well, I mean, it's just things we do here. I mean, we put a big challenge. I mean, we could have won a little softer with how young our lines can be, but we'd rather go out and test ourselves against great programs. Folsom knocked us off in week 14 and went on to win a state championship. So, I mean, you always like the idea of getting a little payback, hopefully so, or learning from them because they do a great job. Long Beach Poly is the winningest football team in California. We beat them a couple years ago for the state title. I know they're going to be coming here and wanting their revenge. So, I mean, I think the challenge is there for us, and I would rather us play as tough a schedule. We've got Lincoln and Stockton thrown there. It's going to be a great team. So, we want to test the kids, and if we keep our streak alive going to the playoff, once again, it'll be well earned, and we'll keep the program rolling in a strong direction.
Joni, last thoughts for Mr. Alberghini?
Your quick assessment of Shaq Thompson. You and I have talked about how maybe he doesn't even realize how great and special he is. He's so humble, but as an athlete, he's really remarkable, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not very often you'd wish a kid to be a little bit more selfish, but Shaq is such a great team person, both on and off the field. I mean, he does things in the community. He's big, quick, athletic kid. A lot of times those kids get a little bit selfish, but we'd like him to be a little bit more selfish this year. We'd like him, to be a guy that wants the ball all the time, but I know he won't, and he'll be a great asset. He's our X factor. We'll play him all over the place, and he's going to represent the Sacramento area and Grant High School in this community very well just because of who he is.
Of course, Shaq Thompson, the big star for Grant. And Shaq, a lot of expectations for your team this year. You guys have had a tremendous team for years on end, and another big year for you coming up. Talk about this year and what you expect from your team.
I expect a lot. With first two games against Folsom and Poly, got to take game by game and see how the outcomes come. But I think our team is decent this year.
It's about as tough a schedule as you can start off with for your first two games. You have a history with both teams. Of course, you saw Folsom last year. Is there anything you want to? You have to prove yourself early. Is that the thought of the team going in?
Yeah, we gotta beat Folsom again. They beat us in the game before the state. That was kind of hard to take, but they wanted it more. So this year we gotta prove that the game was a fluke and we were supposed to take it.
We know your running ability. You're bigger this year. Look at these guns you got here, and might play a little linebacker, safety. But for Grant Pacers, a lot of it's big in the community, and you've been really big on being a mentor for players. Young kids last year, this year. Why? What does that mean to you and to those kids?
It means a lot. Just help out with the community, show them the right path, and steps to take, and not the wrong steps to take. And just keep your head on, stay focused, and go out what you want to achieve.
Are you flattered by that? I mean, I remember talking to you and James Sample last year, and little boy Camilo, who was 8 years old. He was a multi-open heart surgery kid, and you guys said we didn't realize people knew about us. We didn't know that these young kids knew about us, so you guys were kind of touched and flattered by that.
Yeah, there's a lot that we know. The kids know about us, and we didn't even know. It feels great to be out there helping the community and the kids, and it really touched our heart helping Camilo.
All right, we are now joined by Grant quarterback Terry Shine. And Terry, big year coming up for you. I know you and Shaq are seniors. You want to go out with a bang. Talk about this season coming up and what you got to do to really not only come out good against Folsom and Long Beach, but go all the way like you'd like to do.
Yeah, we trying to come out good this year because trying to bounce back from last year. It was kind of hard, but we got it this year. We're just trying to work on the team, get a little better, more mature, and the season, we're just looking for go game by game, do every game right, and play hard, play smart.
This is such a big sports community here in Del Paso Heights. Your sister, Brittany Shine, was our B Player of the Year with Sac High. Your stepmom was a basketball player here of note 30 years ago, and here you are kind of following up and talk about that role of being a big athlete in this community.
It's great. You get a lot of respect. You everything is lovely. Being an athlete in this community, you got a lot on your back, but a lot of people are there with you all the way through the whole season, so it's good.
And it's okay to admit here on camera that maybe you're the second best athlete in your family behind sister Brittany, or do you want to set the record straight?
I admit that.
Wow, pretty good. Terry, you're the quarterback last year as a junior. You come in this year as a senior with that experience in your belt. Does that help a quarterback like you as opposed from, say, a year ago this time?
Yes, it helps a lot because I learned from my mistakes I did last year, and it's made me a better player this year. So I'm just trying to come out the best I can this year.